Wild fishing for big fish isn't about luck. Nail these 3 details: empty hooks will be hard to come by. Lately, I've seen plenty of fishing videos where anglers reel in massive fish using ultra-thin fishing lines, followed by a flood of praise like pro and master angler in the comments. Many beginners get caught up in this, wondering if their thick lines and big hooks are holding them back. But the truth is, catching big fish in wild fishing is not about luck, it's about solid preparation. Don't be misled by those flashy videos. Here's the essential groundwork you need if you really want to hook those giants. 1. First, find the right spot. Small ditches can't produce giants. The first rule of catching big fish isn't about choosing the right rod or line, it's about finding the right body of water. If you're fishing in a small ditch or a half-acre pond, don't expect to reel in a 20-pound fish. Even catching 1 over 3 pounds is a rarity. Why? Big fish need enough space and food to grow, and small water bodies simply can't sustain them. The prime spots for big fish are large reservoirs and wide sections of wild rivers, places with water surfaces the size of multiple football fields. These areas have deep water, abundant aquatic plants, and plenty of small fish, snails, and aquatic insects. This creates the ideal environment for big fish to thrive. A few years ago, I fished at a reservoir connected to a large river. It wasn't very big, but the carp and grass carp were easily 5 to 6 pounds. Later, I found out that the reservoir had never dried up and had huge fish hiding at the bottom. Once you find a large water body, pinpoint your fishing location. Ideal spots for big fish include backwaters, slow-moving water where food accumulates. Point bars, peninsulas where fish rest while passing through. Dam bases, deep water that provides shelter during hot summers and cold winters. If your usual fishing spot only yields small fish, don't immediately question your skills. Check the size of your fishing area. Big fish are territorial, and small spaces can't accommodate them. Move to a larger area and you might be surprised by what you catch. 2. To catch big fish, your bait must be substantial enough. The idea that you can catch big fish with just a spoonful of bait is a myth. Big fish have big appetites and high vigilance. A tiny amount of bait won't be enough to attract them, and they'll sense something's wrong if the bait isn't substantial enough. Targeting big fish means using big bait, not just throwing a bag of corn into the water. Your bait needs to be a combination of solid and loose materials. For example, use solid baits like corn and wheat kernels to keep fish around, then mix in loose baits like wine-soaked rice or fermented bait to spread a strong fragrance that lures fish in. Here's how I prepare my bait. I mix 3 pounds of corn with half a pound of wine-soaked rice and add some yeast. I then scatter this mixture at the fishing spot, which can last for 2 to 3 days. The fish are attracted by the scent, stay for the corn, and I can wait them out. Some anglers worry that putting too much bait will make the fish too full to bite. But that's a misunderstanding of big fish behavior. They don't eat every day, they might visit once every few days and eat a full meal in one go. The key is ensuring your hook bait smells more enticing than the surrounding bait, such as using wine-soaked corn on the hook. I once met an angler who, to catch a big black carp, spent a week preparing his bait, throwing over 10 pounds of corn into the fishing spot daily. In the end, he caught a 20-pounder after nearly an hour of reeling it in. Patience is key when targeting big fish. 3. Don't believe the small hooks and thin lines myth. Gear must match the task. Many of those viral videos show anglers catching huge fish with thin leader lines, 0.4 mm, but this is mostly for entertainment. The reality? A 10-pound carp can pull with a force of 30 to 40 pounds, and a 0.4 mm leader line can only withstand 3 to 4 pounds of force. How could it possibly hold up? It's like tying an elephant with a thin string. Just because the string doesn't break, doesn't mean it's strong enough for the job. When fishing for big fish, gear should match the task. For fish around 10 pounds, use at least 2.5 mm main line and a 1.5 mm leader line. For fish over 20 pounds, go for a 4 mm main line and a 3 mm leader line. Your hooks should be size 7 or 8 IZMI hooks, which are strong enough to handle the big fish's mouth. Don't use small hooks designed for crucian carp. They'll just get shaken off by the fish. For the rod, opt for a stiff-backed rod with a soft tip and a stiff middle section. This kind of rod helps absorb the fish's struggles. The soft tip bends to buffer the force, while the stiff middle section pushes back, preventing you from getting dragged around. Some people claim that using a soft rod and thin line to catch big fish shows skill. That's not true. The real skill is in selecting the right gear for the job, and having the patience to wait. If you catch a big fish with thin lines and small hooks, it's mostly due to luck, or the fish not struggling too much. Try again, and the line will likely break, and the fish will escape. Conclusion: preparation, not luck. Catching big fish in wild fishing depends on preparation, not luck. The amazing tricks you see online are often exaggerated, and while they may look impressive, they don't represent the reality of wild fishing. Focus on finding the right fishing spot, using substantial bait, and choosing the appropriate gear. Patience is your best friend. Take the time to set up correctly, and you'll see better results. Fishing is about steady progress, not gambling with luck. About the author. I'm a self-media blogger who loves fishing and enjoys sharing tips. Follow me for more fishing insights, and let's exchange skills and discuss all aspects of wild fishing together. Like, save, and follow to never miss the next update.